Aloha and Tashi Delay from Kauai Tibetan Buddhist Dharma Center here on the island of Kauai. We present this program every night so that people will have an understanding of the practices of Tibetan Buddhism and how to accomplish them. Also, to help with people with their practices and make ourselves available to answer questions concerning that. And also to let them know what events we have here on Kauai. For instance, this month we have a 2-day Tara retreat blessing for the new Tara shrine behind our Lotus Stupa. That was all refurbished and very beautiful by Andy Fitz, who's in charge of that whole project. And it's just about finished. And also, when people come here, they need to know the availability of the stupa to be used for their own purposes of practice. Tonight, I'm going to read the prayer from Baja Sappa mantra. I was asked to do this by a couple of students because we did the Baja Sappa practice a couple of weeks ago, and we didn't give a translation of the Baja Sappa mantra. I'll say the mantra and then I'll read this translation, which is from the Rigpa Tibetan calendar, which all the monks, nuns use. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manobalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Trito Me Bawa Sutokayo Me Bawa Supokayo Me Bawa Anurakta Me Bawa Sarvar Siddhi Vimto Yatsa Sarvar Karma Susame Sistam Shriya Kulu Om Ha Ho Bhagavan Sarvar Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsu Vajrabawa Maha Samaya Sattva Now that prayer translated into English, there's many versions, but this one is so tiny from this book that I'm going to use a magnifying. So it goes like this. Om. Now mantras start with Om because Om is the transfer of the natural energy of the universe into your physical situation. And it's a blessing for what follows. Om, the more excellent explanation of praise. Then Vajrasattva Samaya means the Vajrasattva commitment to honor the gurus and do the practice. Samaya. Om Vajrasattva, protect the Samaya. May you remain firm in me and my practice. Grant me complete satisfaction and good results from my practice. Grant within me the increase of positive virtue. Be loving towards me. Grant me all the accomplishments or siddhis. Show me all the Buddha activity as a result of practice. Make my mind good, virtuous, and auspicious. Make everything appear that's appropriate. Hum is the hard essence and healing syllable of Vajrasattva. Ha 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 symbolizes the 4 immeasurables and the 4 empowerments, the 4 states of bliss, and the 4 kayas. Ho is the explanation of bliss as accomplishment. Blessed one who embodies all the teachings of all the Tathagatas of the 3 times. Do not abandon me. Grant me the realization of the Vajra nature. O great Samaya Sattva, make me one with you through practice. So that's one translation. Oh, and then at the bottom, it says, there's no greater practice than Vajrasattva practice for healing illness, for purifying harmful karma, for dissolving obscurations, for enhancing the long lives of the masters, for repairing impairments of vows and pledges, for attaining longevity, for accumulating merit, and for helping those who have died, and for offering when spiritual teachers have passed away. So Mama Rinchen, my teacher, just passed away the 17th of last month, so we've done a lot of this practice in his honor, for the purpose that we appear again in an auspicious rebirth, hopefully on this planet. Vajrasattva himself promised in this Tantra of Immaculate Confession that anything that one would need in spiritual practice could be quickly acquired by the use of this practice, both the long and short mantra. Also with Vajrasattva in union with Vajrayogini as part of the practice. So yeah, you could do that also. So very powerful. And in the Nyingdo practice, after one accomplishes 100,000 prostrations with the refuge prayer, then one is required to do 100,000 recitations of the long Vajrasattva mantra in practice and the same number of the short mantra. When in retreat, in the 40-month retreat, we did Vajrasattva practice for 28 days, 4 2.5-hour sessions a day. And that was in the 5th week at the start of the retreat. So very powerful. And I use this mantra every day. Excuse me. We're going to start our practice tonight with the altruistic motivation prayer, the 6th line prayer of refuge to the 3 jewels and 3 roots, and the bodhicitta prayer of the 6 perfections. The purpose of this is that these 3 prayers are the theme of all of the practices of Sutra and Tantra, and the pointing out instructions for Mahamudra and voidness in the Tibetan tradition, in all of the Kagyu lineages. The first one, the altruistic motivation, is unique to Tibetan Buddhism. I'm going to chant it in Sanskrit, which is how all the Tibetan Dharma is transferred to all the cultures of this planet. Dagdam Jova Namke Tadam Yampe Semchem Tamche Dudine Junte Jisi Jengchu Ningpo Lachi Bardu. In English or Canadian, in order to attain enlightenment for ourselves and limitless sentient beings, our mothers, we now all together in refuge, take refuge and when possible, offer prostrations. Then the refuge prayer of the three jewels and the three roots. And this particular prayer is used when one is performing the prostration practice. In Sanskrit, Palden Lama Dampa Nam La Chapsu Chio Yedam Chokor Gilacho Nam La Chapsu Chio Sanjay Chom Dende Nam La Chapsu Chio Alpe Gandum Nam La Chapsu Chio Dampe Chur Sam Nam La Chapsu Chio Pawo Kandro Chokyong Sume Sho Yesheki Shendong Dimpa Nam La Chapsu Chio. We go for refuge to all the glorious holy lamas. We go for refuge to all the idams, the deities gathered in our mandala practice. We go for refuge to all the Buddhas, those who have conquered the mind and gone beyond. We go for refuge to all this supreme Dharma. We go for refuge to all the noble Sangha. And we go for refuge to all the Dakas and Dakinis who are the protectors and defenders of the Dharma. All of these possess the eye of transcending awareness. Then we chant the Bodhicitta prayer of the 6 Bodhisattva disciplines. Sanjay Chodang Choki Chodnam La Jangchu Pardu Dagni Chapsu Chi Dagi Jetso Jipe Sonam Ki Dola Penjur Sanjay Druparsho. To the Buddha, Dharma, and this Supreme Assembly, we go for refuge until enlightenment. May I, through merit gained from practicing the 6 Bodhisattva disciplines, accomplish Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Now, these 2 prayers and the altruistic motivation are used at the start of a formal session of practice, and it's formal to recite the refuge prayer 3 times and the Bodhisattva prayer 3 times. Tonight, besides doing the meditation practice of the 3 lights with the breath and combining that into the what we call the 5 elements healing practice, we are going to perform the practice of Tara and blend that into the 5 Dhyana Buddha families as the 5 elemental symbols, but on the level of skillful path of skillful means. And so when we do this, those 2 practices are actually the same thing, because it's all about the elemental nature, which is what everything in the universe is made of. To simplify this, it's how your mother created you, with the 5 elements of earth, water, fire, air, and space. But in the Tibetan tradition, they take it into the Tara practice of supreme accomplishment, that those elemental natures are with you even into your next life. For instance, in the bardo of becoming. So very, very important. So we'll start practice tonight with the 3 lights meditation. Sit with your back straight. Hands in a comfortable position on your knees or in your lap. Head slightly tilted forward. Mouth closed and breathe through the nose if you can. Eyes opened with a soft gaze to the space directly in front, about 2 feet or arm's length in front. With your body in these mudras, then you simply bring your focus, your awareness to your breath. As you breathe, the spontaneous activity of the diaphragm expanding with the exhale and expanding with the inhale and contracting with the exhale. Once you've established the foundation of the mind with the breath, then we start the 3 lights prana yoga breathing technique. As you inhale, imagine white light filling your lungs. The middle breath or absorption breath is visualized as red light flashing through every cell in your body. These 2 codes together combine to produce the blue light healing breath exhaled out the nose to space as benefit to all beings. Again, inhale white light, fill your lungs. Red light, the absorption breath through every cell in your body. These 2 together as exhaled as blue light out your nose to space, like the sky. Now, with the 3 lights practice, count 21 breaths. When you reach the 21st breath, take your focus off the breathing. Then imagine the 3 lights to combine into 1 light as a tiny particle, and you visualize it to be placed in the center of your heart chakra. This creates a connection to the infinite light of boundless space called the all ground. or basic space. And you relax for a few moments as this particle merges with the infinite light of boundless space. Simply be present and aware. Now, from this infinite dimension, you again focus on the particle in your heart center and visualize it to grow into a small sphere of clear light. Entering from the state of spatial awareness into this three-dimensional world. Then you visualize that small sphere of clear light to grow into one of the symbols of the 5 elements healing practice. Since we are doing the activity practices of Tara tonight, I'm picking the element air, prana, which is visualized as a half sphere of green light about the size of your thumbnail in the center of your heart chakra. And this is emphasized for healing in this practice, even though all 5 elements are never separate. If you have one, you always have all 5. Focusing on that half sphere of green light, label it air, which is a form of gas. And with your imagination and focus together, visualize it to move out in front of your chest and up before your eyes, 2 feet in front. Then you start the 5 elements healing practice by visualizing that half sphere of green light about the size of a small room with your physical body just as you are inside. Receiving the healing energy of your psychic application in this way, then you share it by visualizing the half sphere of green light to grow in size to enclose an area of about 50 miles diameter. Here on Kauai, we imagine the island of Kauai and the surrounding ocean inside the half sphere. This step expands your in consciousness to include the healing energy as applied to all the beings within that area. For instance, your town or city inside. Then visualize the half sphere of green light labeled air to expand to completely enclose Mother Earth including her atmosphere. Then imagine it to grow in size to completely enclose our solar system, billions of miles in every direction, inside. Keeping focus and imagination together, expanded in size to completely enclose our spiral disc-shaped galaxy. Then expand your consciousness by visualizing it to move beyond the boundaries of your conceptual mind to merge with boundless space, the Dharmakaya. Simply be present and relax in space. Then return from that dimension of being and again visualize the half sphere of green light to enclose the galaxy. Shrink it in size to just enclose the solar system. Smaller and smaller to just enclose Mother Earth. Then to enclose a large area of where you are doing this practice. City, town, island, inside. Then shrink it in size to bring all of that healing energy and awareness to again visualize your physical body enclosed in the half sphere of green light. I am told that for some of the people doing this practice, the healing effect is obvious. To end the practice, bring the half sphere to its original small size, about the size of your thumbnail, 2 feet in front of your eyes. Drop it to heart level and bring it into your heart chakra. Shrink it in size to a tiny particle of light and again relax in the infinite light of boundless space. Simply be present and awake. To end the practice, bring your awareness to in front of your eyes and spread it into your area of influence. And in Bodhisattva training, we always dedicate the merit of our virtuous activity to all sentient beings with everything we do. Moving on into the second part of the program tonight is entering into the path of skillful means. And in our Dharma activity or practice, all of Tibetan Buddhism, of all the lineages, and the practice of all the lamas is this path of skillful means. Through the use of the sutra and tantric applications and the pointing out the nature of mind as voidness. When we enter into the Tara practice, it's good to know the power of the Tara. To begin with, this symbol on my right, Prajnaparamita, is the emanation mother of perfect wisdom of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Lamas, deities of the three times. Knowing that, then the sutra texts point this out with the Tara practice, which I'm holding that in my lap, all translated with the Tibetan and English all in one practice. And in her right hand, she has a Vajra. Now the Vajra is a symbol of Tantra of the 5 elements, which we just practiced, and the 5 Dhyana Buddhas, or 5 states of Buddha activity, joining into you in the center point, in the heart. And there, then from that point, spreading as light energy programs through your entire physical body and out to the world of sentient beings around you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the 5 elements, that's the 5 Taras. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the 5 Dhyana Buddhas, or the states of wisdom that they operate from.
So do those magnify energy?
Greatly.
So just holding it like that, it emanates out from it?
Oh, if you use this?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
This is a symbol of perfect wisdom.
So they
This is Vajrasattva. That's why I read that Vajrasattva mantra. The
so
start
they
of the
magnify the energy.
greatly, according to the ability of the devotion of the student to their teachers and to their practice. Okay. Now, when you do the Tara practice, in the Kagyu tradition, green Tara, two-armed green Tara is the main deity. But you must understand that there are 21 applications of this activity. And then those 21 are spread through the 5 Dhyana Buddha families. So that's 105 energy programs of this one deity. And so I'm going to read the 21 Tara. Now, each Tara is these 21 applications. But what they are is your own inner states of perfect wisdom activated. And to come out to the beings and the environment of the world around you. That's the effect of the practice. The first Tara, the green Tara, is actually the 21st Tara of compassion, power, and insight applied to your body, speech, and mind. So those three, compassion, power, and insight, are the Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya. But in the Sutra tradition, they are the body, speech, and mind of the teacher as Tara, inseparable. And so Tara is perfect wisdom. Well, this symbol of Prajnaparamita is the mother of perfect wisdom. You can't get any better than perfect. But doing the 100,000 Tara practice, visualizing your Tara with the seed syllable, the creation sound, Tom, activates the elemental energy of your body as made up of the 5 elements and connects you to the 5 Dhyana Buddhas, which is the crown on the deity's head, Tara's head. Now she's over my right shoulder on the shrine, if you can see that. But I'm going to go through these 21 applications or qualities of the Tara, which here in Hawaii are performed not only in ritualistic dance by the women. For instance, we have a Dharma center here called the Tara Sangha, as an extension of their practice. And they form retreats to do this, monthly and large retreats around the world to show others. Tara is true refuge because she incorporates all the teachings of all the Buddhas, all the lamas of all the lineages perform this practice. And it is the base with Chenrezig practice of entering into the path of skillful means. Tara is joy and laughter. And so when we say that, we want to know that this is all about that. Now, joy has many levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, but in the spiritual joy, you're actually entering into a state of bliss, which is incomprehensible. You know, it's like somebody asks you how chocolate tastes. You can't tell them. They have to taste it for themselves. This bliss state is your true state of awareness activated in you, applied to your body, speech, and mind. Tara is the distributor of wealth. Very important in our tradition to have access to what is ever necessary or appropriate for your center, for your household, or for yourself. And also to share with Baja brothers and sisters and the lamas who are our teachers. Tar is the distributor of that wealth. Tar is auspicious beauty. So you visualize yourself as young, beautiful, healthy, and smiling when you become the Tar and Tar practice. And then you think of everybody that way. Tar is an irresistible truth, both on the relative and ultimate applications of truth. And the ultimate truth is your true nature as a Buddha, or in this case, a practicing Bodhisattva. Tar is ferocious compassion. She's not just a sit around type. She goes into action as the Khandros, Dakinis, to accomplish what's ever appropriate as Buddha activity. Tar is serene peace, which is the first level of meditative accomplishment, which allows you to move with knowledge and insight into your states of higher intelligence, awareness. Tar destroys all attachment, which is actually the hardest of the 5 emotional conflicting energies to accomplish. Attachment. And it's very, very subtle. And when you even have a taste, Lama Rinchen, my teacher, told me that a drop leads to a gallon. It's kind of like alcohol. Tar is triumphant joy. That means accomplishing whatever is appropriate and benefit for everyone. Tar is the transformer of poison and remover of obstacles. Absolutely necessary. In spiritual practice, the obstacles arise continually, night and day. Awake, asleep, in your relationships. This is where Tar is really, really important, Tar practice. Tar is the removal of sorrow and other forms of sadness. Tar is radiant health, which is what all Tibetan Buddhism, all the teachings are about. Healing, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Tar is complete enlightenment. She's endowed with the calm strength of the 3 truths, Om, Ah, and Hum. She's vanquishing demons that arise and all forms of harm. She is supreme and unexcelled, like the mother with an only child. Everything applied unconditionally. So these 21 qualities are brought out through the Tar practice. For some, very fast. For others, months, years, lifetimes. Everybody's different, but we're all equal. And no supreme and ultimate, no lower, less than, equal. But in our practice and applications and relationships, everyone is different. When doing Tara practice, you are sending the light of wisdom and compassion into the world. The motivation is to remove all pain and suffering, wars, illness, poverty, all types of negativity. Bring light into where there is darkness, and the light of wisdom and compassion applied to your body, speech, and mind. Those three become the body, speech, and mind of your true Buddha nature as the Lama. How he or she appears, outside or inside, inseparable. Let's practice. I have the crystal stupa in front of me, given to me by Lama Karma Dorje in Santa Fe, which is where our good friend Lama Tempa is now resting in retreat. And this sea soluble tong is what this stupa symbols. All the five elements and all the five wisdom of your body, speech, and mind are the body, speech, and mind of all the Buddhas. And so we formed this chart with the help of the Lamas 30 years ago on Maui. My teacher then was Lama Tenzin. And he says, when you use the seed soluble, in this case, the tong, it is the bringing together of the five elements, which we just did the basic practice of that, together with the five states of wisdom, nature, but with the knowledge of how they influence your body and how they influence the world around you. How are these applied? So the Tara practice is, whereas she's young and beautiful and dressed in silks and jewels, but she has a 5-jewel crown. And that's the 5 Buddha, Dhyana Buddha family. The first one is mirror-like wisdom, Aksabhaya. The second one is the Bodhisattva activity, which the green Tara represents, which is absolutely necessary of the Ratna family. The third one is Dharmadhatu. At the foundation of all the practice, the foot of meditation is voidness. And when you enter into the ultimate state, there's nothing beyond that. There's nothing to add or take away. And the simplicity of it is the practice. The third one is the Ratna family of equanimity or equality, which I mentioned before. Everything is equal. We level the playing field of Dharma practice. And we become emotionally stable in the process. And finally, the fifth Dhyana Buddha is the one of discerning awareness, the lotus family. That light is the energy of everything through boundless space. And that's where we come up with enlightenment. But we have this all coded code, like with your computer, a logarithm. And so these color codes that you see here, blue, green, white, yellow, red, are the matching color codes of the 5 elemental energies that make everything. Everything you see, sense, think about, the entire universe. That said, it's all combined into this seed soluble tong. Looks like a letter 5 with a tiny point of light above it, or a sun and moon disk sometimes. And the seed soluble ah at the bottom of energy. This is the 5 elements. This is the energy of energy itself, and this is the light of that energy. But it incorporates the 5 elements, 5 Dhyana Buddhas into one sound. So that becomes the creation sound, and it's about the size of your thumbnail, green in color, and you give it thickness like a cookie. And you enclose it in a 5-color sphere of light. And that starts to pulse energy through what we call the nadis, the spiritual light energy channels created through these sutra and tantric practices. Open up the chakras and these energy channels through mantra recitation of, in this case, Tara. To start the practice, visualize your root lama sitting in front of you, he or she, as a representation of all the lamas of Tibetan Buddhism. And you should know that when a lama gives you a teaching on a sutra or tantric practice, the lama is doing that practice or has accomplished that practice. From the light of the forehead of the lama in front, white light enters into your forehead, an empowerment for your body to be the deity. From red light from the lama's throat to your throat is to perform the mantra according to the teachings of your Lama Guru. And that goes into your throat chakra. Then blue light from the heart chakra of the Lama into heart center to your heart center is the wisdom healing energy of all the taras. For instance, the 21 that I just read applied 5 different ways through the 5 Dhyana Buddhas, which we're going to do that. Then the Lama in front melts into you and you become Tara. Ordinary body disappears and you become the rainbow bliss body of the pure form of the mother Tara. And we start with the green Tara, 2-armed, dressed in silks and jewels, 5-jewel crown, sitting with left leg drawn in and right leg extended on a sun and moon disk on a lotus flower in space. Then once you can see yourself clearly as Tara with the seed syllable Tom in your heart center, then you project that to your mother who created you, whether you knew her or not. Then you project it to your relatives and friends and lovers. They all become this wisdom of body, speech, and mind, Tara. Then all your lovers, friends, relatives, everybody you have karma with this life, including animals and spirit. For instance, all the humans on the planet today, 7 to 8 billion humans, Tara. All the animals in the ocean and on the land and in your physical form, Tara. All the 4 categories of spirits that fill the entire universe, Tara. So the application of Tara is to fill your mind, creating a mandala of bliss energy of light that everything is this nature. And when you can see that filling your mind, like the sky of your mind, then the heart mantra appears. And these syllables, 10 syllables, circle the Tom. With Om in front. Om, Tar, Ra, Tu, Tar, Re, Tu, Re, So, Ha. Then when you start to sound the mantra, that mantra starts to turn counterclockwise with the letters facing inward, and the energy explodes through your physical, through your Tara form, and also the energy of the Tom, to light up the nadis throughout your physical body, and then is out to the universe and the world around you. This is how you visualize being Tara. Sound the Tom 10 times. Tom, 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 Tom. Then you're with mandala of you and all sentient beings as Tara. Sound the mantra. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re So Ha. 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 Om Tara Tutare Ture Soha. 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 So these 21 first recitations of the Tara mantra is to get it established, and the energy of the Tara and the Tom flowing through the nadis in your body, then out to all beings in the world around you, specifically to all animals, humans, and spirits that you have karma with. And then all infinite sentient beings filling space. Then to finish the 100 recitations, if you have a mala, you chant a little faster. Om Tara Tutare Ture Soha. 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 Then we do the Tara of the Dhyana Buddha family of the green Tara, using the seed syllable Yam for air and Ah for voidness of the action Dakini, this family of activity. So the karma family is green Tara, and her mantra is the same with Yam and Ah added to the mantra. Yam brings in all the energy of that element, and the Ah brings in the energy of energy itself, of the prana yoga of the air. As Amoghasiddhi. Om Tara Tutare Turi Yam Soha. 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 Om Tara Tutare Ture 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 Yam Soha. And this activates all of the body, speech, and mind activity of Bodhisattva training to become a Buddha. In this case, Amoghasiddhi, one of the 5 Dhyana Buddhas. Om Tara Tutare Turi Yam Soha. 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 Om Tara Tutare Ture 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 Yam Soha. Now, Yam and Ah are interconnected with the syllable Tam in your heart chakra and can be activated to the throat chakra. Om Tara Tutare Ture Yam Soha. 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 The Buddha activity of this mantra is the karma family of Amoghasiddhi, which activates speech, volition, and activity, combining with the prana yoga of the air in the direction of north, and helps to transform all envy and jealousy into all accomplishing wisdom. Then we move to the blue Tara, so the seed cell in your heart chakra changes color to the blue and establishes the 2 sounds Mam and Hum. Mam for the water element and Hum for the mirror-like wisdom of the Aksabhaya Buddha family. To accomplish this, use the 8-syllable, 10-syllable mantra of Tara and add the 2 sounds Mam and Hum, and you become blue Tara. Visualize as a rainbow body, replacing your ordinary body, and those 2 sounds center in the heart and activate the mirror-like wisdom, can activate the mirror-like wisdom through the head chakra. Mirror-like wisdom is the antidote specifically to anger, hatred, rage, and all forms of abuse, demonic abuse. Om Tara Tutare Turi Mam Hum Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mam. Om 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 Soha. Then as blue tar with the blue element sounds in your heart chakra, the blue Buddha Aksabaya appears above your head. And you enter into that Buddha field of mirror-like wisdom, that you are like an empty mirror reflecting everything that appears both through your eyes, your imagination, and actually in your relationships with the world around you and the beings in it. Then all of that energy enters into you. You disappear into the mantra syllables as Tara, then into the seed syllable Mam and Hum, which blend together and disappear into five colored light into the Dharmakaya of boundless space. No meditation. Simply be present, open, clear, naked, and aware. Nothing to add, nothing to take away. So now with your elemental nature as this Tara, you've entered into this energy field of mirror-like wisdom of the Vajra family. They say the diamond family. As Vajra Sappa with the Buddha Aksobhaya. This is to enhance your form body using the element water in the direction of east and transform all anger or aggression into mirror-like wisdom with the sound Hum. So that makes two Dhyana Buddha fields we've used in this practice. Amagasiti, the activity of body, speech, and mind, and the mirror-like wisdom of the Aksobhaya field. Now we're going to move into what is called the foot of meditation or voidness of Dharmadhatu wisdom. And this one is the Buddha family or Dharma family of Vairocana, combined with the space element of Tara as the sound Om. The activity is to transform all ignorance, bewilderment, and dullness into occasions of the highest spiritual practice. The seed syllable is Om for the Buddha family and Bong, which looks like this, for the space element added to the Tara mantra. Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare. Now you are white Tara, and your seed syllables are white in color, and all the beings in your mandala are this color code. Same as you. Whatever you're doing, they're doing. Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Soha. Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Om. Om Tara tu Tare tu Re Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare Vam Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare Om Soha. Om Tara tu Tare tu Om Soha. Tu Tare means swiftly accomplish. Ture, transform all negativity into positive, beneficial, auspicious activity, performing and accomplishing whatever is appropriate Om Tara Jutara Jure Om Soa Om Tara Jutara Jure Om Soa Om Tara Jutara Jure Om Soa Om Tara Jutara Jure Om Soa. Vairocana Buddha sits above your head, and you're a white Tara. All of your mandalas, white Tara. Om Tara Jutara Jure Om Soa 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 Om Tara Jutara Jure Om so Om Tara Jutare Jure Om So Then again, your mandala of all sentient beings is white Tara with the Aksa, with Vairocana Buddha above their head. Filling space. From every direction dissolve into you. The Buddha Aksabhaya enters into your heart with the sound Om. You as Tara disappear into the sound Bong. These two sounds blend together and disappear in five-colored light into the Dharma Dhatu of boundless space. No meditation, simply be present. Clear, open, naked. In vivid awareness of Dharma Dhatu, voidness. Relax in bliss. Then you reappear from this state of vivid awareness, which is the activation of the 21 aspects of Tara in these 5 Tara families. So this is actually the 3rd application. The 4th is the Ratna family, and the Lam and Tram, earth and Tram, equality, symbols are added to the mantra, and you are gold in color. These colors are gold in your heart center. All sentient beings in your mandala, yellow or gold. Appearing in the same way as Tara with their foot extended, left drawn in the action mode. And the Buddha Ratna Sambhava above your head. Light goes out from these 2 souls to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, all the lineage holders, Shakyamuni Buddha, Prajnaparamita, all return into you, and you become the gold Tara with this mantra. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. This is the Ratna family, jewel family. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham. Ratna Sambhava with the earth, Tara. The Lam is earth Tara sound. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Lam Cham Soha. Then Ranasambhava on your head, and down through the central channel, it enters into your heart chakra, into the sound Chom. Then all sentient beings, your children, melt into you as gold tar from every direction. You as the central symbol, melt into the soul. The mantra sounds and the Lam, and the Lam and the Tram merge together in five-colored light, expand to the totality of the Dharma Dhatu, boundless space. Relax in that dimension of being. Open, clear, naked, with the vivid awareness of the highest intelligence of the Ratna family. "21 different ways." In this state of awareness, there is nothing to add or take away. No perceiver or anything perceived. Then when you move from this state of the accomplishment stage of meditation, you become red Tara with the sound Ram and Hri added to the mantra, and you enter into the lotus family of discerning awareness. That nothing in this world is worth any kind of attachment, unworthy of attachment to anything, and revulsion for all the negativity accomplished by sentient beings that produce pain and suffering in samsara. And this discerning wisdom then enters into the all-accomplishing wisdom of Amitabha Buddha, the Buddha of infinite light. And in this energy field, the lotus family is red Tara. And then all sentient beings in your mandala, red Taras, right foot extended, left arm in, looking the same, but with the sounds Ram and Hri in the heart center, and the Buddha Amitabha above your head. One of the 5 jewel crowns you wear on your head. Then all sentient beings, same as you, whatever you do, they're doing. Once your mandala is filled with these infinite sentient beings as red Tara, the mantra appears Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ram, Hri, Soha. Ram is the fire energy, radiation, and Hri is the Buddha, Aksabhaya, the lotus family of infinite compassion and light. With insight into everything is this nature. Om Tara Tu Tare Ture Ram Hri Soha. 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 Now these 2 elements sounds can also penetrate into the sex chakra. Om Tara Tu Tare Ture Ram Hri Soha. 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 This discriminating awareness that arises from this practice is so that all negativity is transformed into whatever is appropriate to benefit limitless sentient being, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Om Tara Tu Tare Ture Ram Hri Soha. 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 Om Tara Tu Tare Tutare, ture, ram, ri, sa, om, tare, tutare, ture, ram, ri, sa, om, tare, tutare, ture, ram, ri, sa. Om tara tutare, ture, ram, ri, sa, om, tara, tutare, ture, ram, ri, sa. Om tara tutare, ture, ram, ri, sa, om, tara, 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 tutare, om, tara, tutare, ture, ram, ri, sa, 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 om, tara, tutare, ture, ram, sa, om, tara, tutare, ture, ram, ri, sa, om, tara, tutare, ture, ram, ri, sa. Now the Buddha of infinite light is the easiest Buddha field of the five dhyana Buddhas to access because everything is the nature of light. And in the ultimate stage of practice, this energy field is too profound, too close, too perfect, too simple, and too valuable. So when you reach the state of dissolving all the red tires as all sentient beings into you, the Buddha Amitabha moves down the central channel and enters into your heart chakra, into the tree, which is in his heart chakra. Then all sentient beings as red tire become you as a central figure, like water into water. Then you as red tire disappear into the rosary of the mantra sounds circling the C syllables. Then all the mantra sounds dissolve into the Ram and the Hri. They blend together in a five-color sphere of light, contract to a tiny point particle of light, and connect with the infinite light of space, the natural world, just as it is. Relax, be present, open, clear, naked, in a state of vivid awareness in the present moment. The past is gone, the future hasn't happened yet, and the present can't be found. Relax in voidness and bliss of your own mind. And when you leave the accomplishment stage of the practice, you choose whichever yidam, the guidance of your Lama, and you are practicing. But if you're choosing into each of the 5 Dhyana Buddha families, the color code of the deity is that family. And they all originate, all of the teachings of Tibetan Buddhism, all of the Buddhas, all of the Sutra, all of the Tantra are based on the Heart Sutra of Prajnaparamita, the mother of perfect wisdom, which in this Tanka is shown with the Heart Sutra in the right hand and the Vajra and a mala in the other hand. She has 5 jewel crown encircled with blue light in the head. She sits on a lotus sun and moon, which means she takes birth in the human realm. She emanates from an empty mirror, symbolizing space, and a natural setting, an earth-like setting of sky, sun, moon, clouds, and all the elements, ocean, air, everything. Here in front, I even put a few beautiful Hawaiian flowers which grow in our garden. Her seed soul is balm. And to sum up the Heart Sutra, all form, physical, mental, imaginary, spiritual, is voidness. And all voidness, space and so forth, is form. And that's the essence of your mind that you are transforming with these practices. And that is the accomplishment stage that we move into from the creation stage of whatever deity yoga. Prajnaparamita shows 2 hands in meditation posture. She wears 6 kinds of jewelry, the Bodhisattva's symbol. Lotus, sun, and moon means she takes birth in the human condition to train humans appropriately according to their condition. She is the 5 Tara. She is the 5 Buddha family, and so forth. Her mantra is proclaimed, Tadyatha, Om, Gate, Gate, Para Gate, Parasam Gate, Bodhi Soha. Tadyatha, Om, Gate, Gate, Para Gate, Parasam Gate, Bodhi Soha. Om, Tadyatha, Om, Gate, Gate, Para Gate, Parasam Gate, Bodhi Soha. Gate, Gate, Parasam Gate, Bodhi Soha. Gate, Gate, Paragate, 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 Gate, gate, paragate, parasangate, bodhisattva. 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 Om Tara, Tutara, Turi, Soha. Om Tara, Tutara, Turi, Soha. Om Tara, Tutara, Turi, Soha. And we dedicate the virtue of all these practices performed tonight and all virtuous activity of our life to the benefit of all sentient beings. By the blessings of the three bodies of the Buddha being accomplished, by the blessing of the truth of the Dharma itself being unchanging, and by the blessing of the wishes of the Sangha being unwavering, may this dedication prayer be fulfilled. May all the lamas have long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity, and may all their wishes be fulfilled. May all beings be happy, free of suffering, established in bliss and equanimity. Aloha, Tashi Delay, Tuchiche, Mahalo, thank you. Be well, sleep well, and have a powerful practice.
Thank you.